If you are wanting to sell more fashion products online and wondering how you can improve your fashion brand's performance, then this video is just for you. Hi there, if you are new, welcome. I'm Vicki, founder of the Fashion Business Coach, and I love helping fashion brands to scale successfully. I'm going to dive right in here. So today I want to share with you 5 tips for selling more fashion products online. And the very first thing, maybe the most important one, is to clearly display the value of your products and the benefits of them on your website. So time and time again, I see people focusing too much on the features of the product and not the benefit. And it's really the benefit that sells, because as you may know, or maybe you don't, sales is all about psychology and getting people excited for the product, especially in a competitive industry like fashion, and where, let's face it, a lot of what we're selling isn't a necessity to the person. So we've got to get them in that stage of being excited and inspired. So benefits of the product are things that the customer can expect to feel after having purchased. The features, the things that, yes, they should be on the page somewhere, but aren't what sells the product, are things like the fabric composition, how long the dress is, for example, what color it is, those sorts of things. They are features. Yes, they should be there. No, they're not going to be what sells the product. So we need to make sure that we are writing in a way that is aspirational to our customers and really talking about, so say you've got a product here and it's 100% cashmere. Why is it 100% cashmere? What benefit does that offer to the customer? You might think it's obvious. I already know, as you can imagine, but the customer usually doesn't know. They don't know why cashmere is good. Maybe they've heard that it's luxury, but they don't understand why exactly. We need to really break it down for them so they can imagine themselves, wearing this beautiful cashmere product and it's super, super cozy and comfy and they're really happy. So we need to make sure that we're focusing on benefits, not features, when it comes to selling our products. The next thing is to make sure that we offer a variety of payment options. We don't want to lose out on sales simply because it was too inconvenient for the customer to go and get their credit card or their debit card at that moment in time. So many sales happen on mobile these days, as I'm sure you're aware, and I'm sure you also know that it's super easy to get distracted on mobile. A call could come through anytime, a message, anything can happen that stops the person from viewing the website, your website, making that purchase and going on to something else. So we need to make sure that it's as quick and easy as possible. So by offering things like PayPal, for instance, Apple Pay, Google Pay, it means that we reduce the time that it takes for someone to check out. And you might be sat there thinking, well, it's only going to be a few seconds, but what if a call comes through in that time? What if an Instagram notification comes through? They are gone. So we need to make it as fast as possible. Not only that, but other payment options often give people more confidence. If they are shopping with you for the first time, they might have reservations about how secure your website is, for example, or what you're going to do with those card details once you get them. So people have a lot of trust in services like PayPal. So it's important to make sure that you're offering as many different payment providers as you possibly can. A no hassles return policy should be a given from a customer service perspective, but also in many countries from a legal perspective as well. Super important to check that in your particular region, but easy returns are often a legal requirement. Plus, we don't want customers to have a reservation about purchasing from you because they don't know whether they can return the item. And they also might be wondering, am I going to get charged for this? How long is it going to take to get my money back? And this sort of thing. A lot of customers, I often do this myself, if we're shopping with a new brand, we might need to order a couple of different sizes to really understand the sizing for that particular brand. So often people will be in that position where they have to make a return, even if their intentions are good and they want to keep the product. So make sure it's super, super clear on how to do the returns. We don't want to have these convoluted long forms for them to fill in or a ton of details that are required. We definitely don't want them to have to email you to ask to return the item. It should all be on the page, on a returns page that you have in multiple areas of your site, so people know exactly how to return, exactly what it's going to cost them. Maybe they have to pay for the return postage themselves, for example, but we need to make it really, really clear and easy for them so that they don't have worries about getting their money back if the product isn't right for them. Now, reviews, hopefully something that you already have a ton of your site and you already understand the value of it. But I would try and take that a step further as much as you can. A lot of brands that I've worked with have only had the reviews on a particular product page, for example. They've not expanded them into other areas of the website, like the home page, on the blog, the about page, or anywhere. Put reviews everywhere, okay? Really, really important, and on any social media channels as well, providing you've got permission to share, of course. We also want to take it a step further, particularly in 2023 and beyond. Having what we call UGC, user generated content, is super important. So what that means is where, again, we can get permission from people to share photos of regular people loving your products, or regular people's videos loving your products. Yes, it's great to have models, it's great to have influencers, it's great to have a beautifully lit studio, but people also really relate well to just random people, essentially, not associated with your brand, legitimate customers who are not set up to have a proper studio, a proper photo shoot, so they can see what your products look like in real life, for want of a better expression. So make sure you have as much added content that have reviews, testimonials, videos, photos, a mix of all these wherever possible, to give potential new customers confidence, and also so they can see the product on a wider range of people with different figures and body shapes and all those things. We want to include diversity, right? We want that to be important and integral to our brand. At least I hope you do. That's very important to me, and honestly, I don't work with brands who are not wanting to be inclusive. It's super, super important to me. So make sure that you are showing people the product on all different kinds of people, as many as you can find. And this user-generated content concept is the best way that you can do that, particularly from a budgeting perspective and just from an authenticity perspective as well. And if you haven't already, make sure that somewhere on your product pages and also at the checkout page, in your emails perhaps even, to customers who have already purchased, we have those suggestions of complementary products, or people also styled with, or this would look great with, however you want to phrase it. Because encouraging those add-on purchases is one of the easiest ways to increase the profits in our business. So we want to make sure that we are doing that wherever possible, and having those little options when people scroll down on a product page, for example, or on the checkout page, can be a great way to easily encourage someone to add an extra item to cart. So make sure that you've got that facility on your site if you haven't already. I really hope that these tips have been helpful for you. I do free videos every single week, so make sure you subscribe if you haven't already. If you are into this, if it's really being helpful for you and you want to learn more, this is just a fraction of the things that I help people with one-on-one when it comes to tips for selling products online. I actually have a 60-point checklist and process that I go through when I'm doing website audits for potential customers. There's a lot of things that we can do on our websites to make sure that we are converting as many visitors as possible into paying customers. So if you want to have my professional eyes on your business and go through all of those processes with you, send me a DM if you're on Instagram at The Fashion Business Coach, or you can email me contact@thefashionbusinesscoach.com, and we can talk a little bit more about how that service works and how I can help you to scale your business this year. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next week.